Hi everyone, welcome back to English Fab, where learning English is practical, useful, and fab. Talking about daily life in English is important, but it can also feel challenging. You might not know how to describe the weather, talk about your commute, order at a cafe, or discuss global issues. Maybe you find it difficult to express your thoughts on money, work, technology, or relationships. Learning the right words and phrases will help you communicate more naturally and confidently in these everyday situations. In today's lesson, we'll go through real-life conversations covering essential daily life topics. You'll learn key phrases, useful vocabulary, and practical tips to help you talk about hobbies, health, socializing, work, food, and even global issues in English. This video includes content related to daily life topics that we've uploaded so far. Be sure to check each video and our website for further details. If you find English difficult, don't worry, you can translate the subtitles into English and your own language like this. Check the description below for extra details. Are you ready to improve your English for daily life? Let's get started.
Hey Adam, how's your day been so far?
It's been pretty good, thanks. Just the usual. Work, errands, and trying to squeeze in some exercise. How about you?
Same here. I went grocery shopping earlier, and I finally got around to cleaning the apartment. It feels so nice to check things off the list.
I know that feeling. I cleaned my place last weekend, and it's like starting the week fresh. Did you cook anything special today?
Not yet, but I'm planning to make pasta for dinner. It's quick and easy, which is perfect for a busy day. What about you?
I had a sandwich earlier, but I might make stir-fry tonight. It's my go-to when I don't want to spend too much time cooking.
That sounds great. Do you usually plan your meals ahead of time?
I try to. It saves a lot of time during the week. Plus, it helps me stick to healthier options. Do you plan your meals?
Not really. I just go with whatever I'm in the mood for. But I do make sure I've got all the basics stocked up.
That's a good approach too. By the way, have you watched anything interesting lately?
I started a new series last night. It's a mystery drama, and I'm hooked. What about you?
I've been rewatching an old favorite. It's so comforting to watch something familiar after a long day.
Totally. Sometimes it's just what you need. Anyway, good luck with your stir-fry tonight. Let's catch up again soon.
Definitely. Enjoy your pasta, and let's plan for coffee next week.
This view is incredible. The rolling hills and open fields are so peaceful.
I know, right? It's one of the best things about living in the countryside. Everything feels so calm compared to the city.
I can see why you love it here. How do you usually spend your days?
It depends. Mornings are often busy with chores, feeding the animals, tending the garden, and checking on the crops. But afternoons are quieter. I like taking walks or reading outside.
That sounds like a nice routine. Do you grow a lot of your own food?
We do. We have a vegetable garden, and we keep chickens for fresh eggs. It's really rewarding to eat food you've grown yourself.
That's amazing. I've always wanted to try gardening, but I'm not sure where to start.
Start small. Herbs like basil or mint are easy to grow, even in a small space. Once you get the hang of it, you can try vegetables like tomatoes or carrots.
Good advice. I might give it a shot. What's the hardest part about living in the countryside?
I'd say the distance from conveniences. It takes a while to get to the nearest town for groceries or supplies, but it's worth it for the quiet and space.
I can imagine. The slower pace must be a nice change.
It is. Plus, the community here is really close-knit. Everyone knows each other and helps out when needed.
That sounds wonderful. It's such a different lifestyle from the city, but I can see the appeal.
It's not for everyone, but if you enjoy nature and don't mind a bit of hard work, it's a great way to live.
I can definitely see the charm. Thanks for sharing your slice of country life with me, Jordan.
Anytime, Avery. You're welcome here anytime you need a break from the city.
I love taking a break outside during the day. It's nice to step away from the office for a bit.
I agree. City life can feel so fast-paced, but it's great to have parks like this to relax in.
Absolutely. One of the things I love about living in the city is how convenient everything is. There are so many cafes, restaurants, and shops within walking distance.
That's true. I also love how easy it is to get around. Public transportation here is great. Do you take the train to work?
Most of the time, but if I'm running late, I'll grab a rideshare. What about you?
I take the bus. It's reliable, and I like to use the time to catch up on reading.
That's smart. Another thing I enjoy about the city is the variety of events and activities. There's always something happening, like concerts, markets, or art exhibitions.
Yes, I love the cultural scene here. I went to a food festival last weekend, and it was amazing. So many different cuisines to try.
That sounds fun. I've been meaning to check out the outdoor movie screenings they've been doing in the park.
Those are great. It's so nice to enjoy something like that in the middle of the city.
True. What's your favorite part of city life?
I think it's the energy. There's always something happening, and it feels alive. What about you?
I'd say the convenience and the diversity. It's amazing how many different cultures and experiences you can find here.
I couldn't agree more. City life has its challenges, but the positives definitely outweigh them.
For sure. Let's enjoy this break before heading back to the hustle and bustle.
Good idea. Moments like this make city life even better.
This weather is perfect for sitting outside, don't you think?
Absolutely. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. Days like this are my favorite.
Same here. The sunshine makes everything feel better. Have you heard if it's supposed to stay like this?
I checked the forecast earlier, and it looks like we'll have clear skies for the rest of the week.
That's great. It's been so rainy lately. I feel like I haven't seen the sun in days.
I know what you mean. The rain can be cozy sometimes, but after a while, it gets old.
Exactly. Do you prefer rainy days or sunny ones?
Sunny days for sure. They're great for getting outside. But I do like a rainy day now and then, perfect for reading or watching movies.
I get that. I like rainy days when I don't have to go anywhere. But for weekends, I definitely prefer sunshine.
Same here. Do you know if it's going to get colder soon?
It might. Fall is right around the corner, and I heard we could get some cooler weather next week.
That's fine with me. I actually enjoy crisp fall days, especially when the leaves start changing colors.
Fall is beautiful. I just hope we don't get an early snow this year.
Agreed. Snow is nice for the holidays, but too early, and it feels like winter drags on forever.
Exactly. Let's enjoy this perfect weather while we have it.
Definitely. Days like this make you appreciate how nice it can be outside.
Hey Kirby, how was your commute this morning?
It was not too bad today. The train was on time and I even got a seat. What about you?
I drove today, but traffic was worse than usual. It took me almost an hour to get here.
That sounds frustrating. Do you usually drive or do you take public transportation?
I usually drive because it is more convenient, but when traffic is bad, I wish I took the train. How about you?
I take the train most days. It is reliable and I can read or listen to a podcast while commuting.
That sounds like a good way to make use of the time. Do you ever take the bus?
Not really. The bus takes longer because of all the stops. I prefer the train since it is faster.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have thought about cycling to work, but I am not sure about the weather.
That is a great idea. Some of our colleagues cycle to work, and they say it is a good way to stay active.
Maybe I will give it a try. It might even save me some money on gas.
That is true. Plus, no traffic jams. Let me know if you decide to try it.
Will do. Thanks for the suggestion.
Hi, welcome to Bean and Brew. What can I get for you today?
Hi, I'll have a cappuccino, please.
Would you like that with regular milk or a dairy-free alternative?
Regular milk is fine, thanks.
Great. And for you?
I'll take an iced latte with oat milk.
Got it. Would you like anything to eat with that? We have fresh pastries and sandwiches.
That blueberry muffin looks good. I'll take one of those.
I think I'll have a ham and cheese croissant.
Perfect. That will be $12.50.
This place has such a nice atmosphere. I love the cozy vibe.
Yeah, it's a great spot to relax. I've been coming here a lot lately to read or get some work done.
That sounds nice. I should start going to cafes more often. It's a good change of pace from working at home.
Definitely. Plus, their coffee is really good. What's your usual go-to drink?
I usually get a flat white, but today I felt like having an iced latte. What about you?
I switch between cappuccinos and mochas, depending on my mood.
Here you go. 1 cappuccino and 1 iced latte. Enjoy!
Thank you.
This croissant looks amazing. Let's see if it tastes as good as it looks.
That muffin is really fresh. I think they bake everything in-house.
I love places like this. Good coffee, good food, and a comfortable space to just sit and talk.
Yeah, we should come here more often. Maybe next time we can try their lunch menu.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
Have you noticed how expensive everything seems to be getting lately?
Yes, I've been feeling it too. Prices for groceries, gas, and even rent have all gone up. Inflation is hitting hard right now.
It really is. I was reading that inflation is at its highest in years. It's affecting everyone's budget.
Definitely. I've had to cut back on a lot of things just to manage my expenses. How are you handling it?
I've been trying to plan meals better and avoid unnecessary spending. I also look for deals and discounts whenever I can.
That's smart. I've started doing more bulk shopping to save money in the long run. It's not always easy, though.
True. It's especially tough for people with fixed incomes. Their purchasing power decreases as prices rise.
Exactly. And it's not just individuals. Businesses are struggling too. Higher costs for materials and labor make it harder for them to stay competitive.
I've noticed that some local shops have had to increase their prices or even close down. It's really sad to see.
It is. I think it's also made me more aware of where I spend my money. I try to support small businesses when I can.
Same here. Do you think things will improve soon?
I hope so, but it depends on how governments and central banks handle the situation. Adjusting interest rates and addressing supply chain issues are big factors.
That makes sense. It's such a complex issue. I guess we'll just have to be patient and adapt as best we can.
Absolutely. In the meantime, we can focus on making smart financial decisions and supporting each other through it.
Agreed. It's a tough time, but conversations like this help me feel less alone in dealing with it.
Me too, Charlie. We'll get through it together.
Hey Ben, I've been trying to save more money lately, but it feels like I'm not making much progress. Do you have any tips?
I hear you. Saving can be tough, but I try to stick to a budget. Do you track your spending?
Not really. I just try not to overspend, but sometimes it's hard to keep track.
You should try a budgeting app. It makes it so much easier to see where your money goes. I started using one a few months ago, and it's been a game changer.
That's a good idea. Do you also invest, or are you focusing just on saving?
A bit of both. I put some money into a retirement account and a little into stocks. It's not much, but it's a start.
That's smart. I've been thinking about investing, but it feels a bit overwhelming. Where did you start?
I kept it simple. I started with index funds. They're low risk and easy to manage. It's all about starting small and being consistent.
Makes sense. I should look into that. By the way, do you ever spend money on things just for fun?
Of course, I set aside a small amount each month for guilt-free spending. It keeps me motivated to stick to my budget.
I like that idea. Saving doesn't have to mean no fun at all. Thanks for the advice, Ben. I feel more confident about managing my money now.
No problem, Sarah. Just remember, small steps add up over time. Let's check in a month and see how we're doing.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Hey, Mia, did you see the announcement about the new AI-powered search engine?
Yeah, I read a bit about it. It's supposed to make finding information faster and more accurate. Sounds cool, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I've been thinking about how AI is changing everything lately, from work to daily life.
Totally agree. Even at work, our project management tools now have AI features to automate tasks. It's a huge time saver.
I know. I love how it suggests deadlines based on past projects. It's like having a virtual assistant.
True, but I still wonder how secure all this data is. You know, with so much reliance on tech, cybersecurity feels more important than ever.
Good point. I read that some companies are using blockchain for better security. Have you looked into that?
A little bit. It's fascinating how it works, keeping data decentralized and almost impossible to hack. It could be a game changer.
For sure. Speaking of game changers, did you hear about the new foldable laptops?
Oh yes. The concept is amazing. It's like having a tablet and a laptop in one device. I'd love to try one.
Same here. Tech is evolving so fast. It's exciting, but hard to keep up sometimes.
No kidding. But I guess that's part of the fun, right? There's always something new to explore.
Exactly. Let's catch up next time and share what we've discovered.
Sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for the latest tech news.
Hey, got a minute to chat about the project?
Sure. What's up?
I was reviewing the timeline and I think we might need to adjust the milestones. The design phase is taking a bit longer than expected.
I was wondering about that too. Are we waiting on feedback from the client?
Yeah, they've asked for some revisions. I think we can push the deadline by a week without affecting the final delivery. What do you think?
That seems reasonable. We'll need to update the team though. Maybe in the next stand-up?
Definitely. I'll bring it up. Speaking of updates, how's your part of the project going?
It's coming along. I just wrapped up the user testing report. Some interesting findings. Users struggled with the navigation flow on mobile. I'll share the detailed report after lunch.
Oh, that's good to know. Did they suggest any specific improvements?
Yes, a simpler menu structure and clearer call to action buttons. It's actionable, so I'll work with the designers to implement those changes.
Great. Let me know if you need any help prioritizing those updates. By the way, I was thinking we should organize a brainstorming session next week for Phase 2. It might be good to get everyone's input early.
Good idea. Should we do it in person or virtually?
I'd prefer in person if most people are in the office, but we can set up a hybrid option for anyone remote.
Sounds good. I'll check everyone's availability and book a meeting room. Also, before I forget, have you looked at the new collaboration tool IT recommended?
I've only skimmed through it. Is it worth switching?
I think so. It's more intuitive than the one we're using now, and it integrates with our current systems. Maybe we can test it with a smaller group first.
That's a smart approach. Let's add it to the agenda for next week's check-in. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the team lunch on Friday?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to catch up with everyone outside of work. Have you decided what you're ordering?
Probably the pasta. It's always a safe bet. What about you?
I might try the salad this time, trying to eat lighter these days.
Good call. Anyway, let's circle back after lunch to review the user testing report.
Will do. Thanks for the chat.
I've been trying to improve my skills lately, but sometimes it feels overwhelming. Do you ever feel that way?
Oh, all the time. But I've realized learning is a lot more manageable when I break it into smaller steps. What are you trying to learn?
A mix of things, really. I want to get better at speaking English and also learn some coding. It feels like there's so much to cover.
That's awesome. For English, are you focusing on speaking, reading, or something specific?
Mostly speaking. I want to sound natural in conversations, but I'm not sure how to practice effectively.
Speaking can be tricky, but role-playing daily scenarios can help. You could also try talking to yourself about random things. It's surprisingly effective.
I might try that. How about coding? I'm trying to figure out where to start.
Start small. Pick a beginner-friendly language like Python and try building simple projects like a to-do list app. It's a great way to stay motivated.
I've heard Python is good for beginners. Do you think I should watch tutorials or dive into books?
Tutorials are great to start with since you can see the concepts in action. Once you're comfortable, you can move to books or deeper documentation. What about pairing coding with something fun like a small game?
That sounds fun. Maybe I'll make a simple quiz app. It feels good to create something useful while learning.
Exactly. Celebrate the small wins. It keeps you going. Learning is a journey, not a race. Just focus on enjoying the process.
Thanks. I feel a lot more confident now. I guess the key is to start small and stay consistent.
That's it. You're going to do great. Keep me posted on your progress.
Hey Jamie, it's been a while. How's it going?
Hey Alex. I'm good, just busy with work. How about you?
Same here, but I've been trying to get out more and meet new people. Socializing feels so much harder these days, doesn't it?
Tell me about it. I feel like I've forgotten how to start a conversation with strangers. What have you been doing to put yourself out there?
Well, I started joining local meetups. Last week, I went to a game night, and it was so much fun. Everyone was really friendly.
That sounds great. I've been thinking about joining something like that, but I always feel awkward at first. What do you usually say to break the ice?
I keep it simple. I start with, "Hi, I'm Alex. What's your favorite game here?" People usually respond well to questions about themselves.
Oh, that's a good one. Asking about their interests makes it easier to keep the conversation going.
Exactly. And once you find common ground, it feels natural. How about you? Any plans to try something new?
I've been eyeing a cooking class nearby. I think it might be a good way to meet people with similar interests.
That's a fantastic idea. Plus, you'll learn something new and have something to talk about right away.
You're right. Okay, I'm going to sign up for that class this week. And maybe I'll even try that game night you mentioned.
Awesome. Let me know how it goes. It's always nice to have someone to share the experience with.
Will do. Thanks for the tips, Alex. You've inspired me to step out of my comfort zone.
It's so nice to hang out, Morgan. How have things been with you?
Pretty good, Casey. Life's been busy, but I've been trying to focus more on the people I care about. What about you?
Same here. I've been making an effort to spend more time with family and stay connected with friends.
That's great. How's your family doing?
They're good. I've been having dinner with them every Sunday. It's become a nice little tradition. How about your family?
They're doing well too. I've been texting my younger sibling more often, and we've been closer because of it.
That's awesome. Keeping in touch really makes a difference. Have you been catching up with friends as well?
Yes. I just went on a hiking trip with some friends from work. It was such a nice way to connect outside of the office.
That sounds amazing. I've been meaning to plan something like that. It's great to bond in a new setting.
It really is. Speaking of bonding, have you been dating anyone lately?
No, not at the moment. I've been focusing on myself, which feels good. How about you?
I've been seeing someone, and it's going well. We're trying to make sure we have open and honest conversations, which has been great.
That's wonderful. Communication really is so important in any relationship.
Absolutely. I've also realized how little things, like checking in or making time for someone, can go a long way.
So true. Whether it's family, friends, or a partner, relationships thrive when you put in the effort.
Exactly. Thanks for chatting, Casey. It's always so easy to talk with you.
Of course, Morgan. It's always great catching up. Let's do this more often.
Hey Riley, it's been a while. How have you been?
Hey Jordan, I've been good, thanks. Work's been busy, but I've been trying to make time for my hobbies. What about you?
Same here. What hobbies are you into these days?
I've been learning how to play the guitar. It's challenging, but it's so rewarding when I can finally play a song.
That's amazing. Do you take lessons or teach yourself?
A bit of both. I watch tutorials online and practice whenever I can. What about you? Do you have any new hobbies?
I've been getting into gardening. It's surprisingly relaxing, and it's nice to see the plants grow over time.
Gardening sounds so peaceful. What do you grow?
Mostly herbs and some vegetables like tomatoes and peppers. It's fun to use them in cooking too.
That's awesome. I've been thinking about starting a little herb garden at home. Do you have any tips?
Start with something easy like basil or mint. They're pretty low maintenance and grow quickly.
Good to know. I'll give it a shot. By the way, do you ever join any hobby groups?
Not yet, but I've thought about it. It might be fun to meet people with similar interests. What about you?
I recently joined a local music group. It's great to play with others and get feedback. You should definitely look for a gardening club.
That's a good idea. It's always nice to share a hobby with others.
Absolutely. Hobbies are such a great way to unwind and learn something new.
Couldn't agree more. Let's keep each other updated on our hobbies.
For sure. Maybe one day you can play guitar while I cook with your garden herbs.
Sounds like a plan.
Hey Taylor, how have you been? You look great. Have you been working out?
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, I've been hitting the gym 3 times a week. I'm trying to stay consistent. What about you?
That's awesome. I've been doing yoga in the mornings. It's such a great way to start the day.
Yoga sounds so relaxing. Does it help with stress?
Definitely. It helps me stay calm and focused, especially during busy weeks. Plus, it's great for flexibility.
I could use some of that. My back gets stiff from sitting all day. Maybe I should give yoga a try.
You should. Even 10 minutes a day makes a difference. Do you watch what you eat as well?
I try to. I've been meal prepping on Sundays to avoid eating out too much during the week. It's helped me stick to healthier choices.
That's a great habit. I've been focusing on eating more whole foods, lots of veggies, fruits, and lean proteins. It's made a big difference in my energy levels.
Same here. Cutting back on processed foods has really helped me feel better. Are you taking any supplements?
Just a multivitamin and omega-3s. I like keeping it simple. What about you?
I take vitamin D, especially during winter. It keeps my energy up when there's less sunlight.
Good idea. Staying healthy is all about balance, exercise, eating well, and taking care of your mind too.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, I've been trying meditation recently. It's tough to focus at first, but it's been helping with my sleep.
That's great to hear. I've been meaning to try it. Maybe I'll add it to my routine.
You should. Small changes really add up over time.
Exactly. Here's to staying healthy and feeling good.
Cheers to that.
This pasta is amazing. I love how fresh the sauce tastes. What did you order, Mark?
I got the grilled chicken sandwich. It's really good, especially with the spicy mayo. Want to try a bite?
Sure, thanks. Oh, wow, that's delicious. The spice really adds something special.
I know, right? So, do you cook at home much, or do you usually eat out?
I cook most of the time. I love experimenting with different cuisines. Recently, I tried making Thai curry. It turned out better than I expected.
Thai curry. That's impressive. Did you make it spicy?
Not too spicy. I like a bit of heat, but nothing overwhelming. What about you? Do you cook?
Sometimes. I'm more of a breakfast person, though. I make a mean omelette and pancakes on weekends.
That sounds like the perfect start to a weekend. Do you have a favorite cuisine?
I'd say Italian. I can't resist pizza and pasta. What about you?
I love Japanese food. Sushi, ramen, tempura, you name it. It's also flavorful and fresh.
I'm with you on that. Sushi is one of my favorites too. Do you have a go-to sushi place?
Yes, there's a small restaurant near my house that makes the best salmon sashimi. You should come with me next time.
I'd love to. Let's plan for it soon. By the way, do you want dessert? I heard their chocolate cake is incredible.
I'm tempted, but I'm so full. Maybe next time?
Sounds good. Next time, we'll save room for dessert.
Have you been following the news about the recent disease outbreak?
Yes, I have. It's concerning how quickly it seems to be spreading.
It really is. They're saying it's a viral infection that spreads through close contact. Have you heard about the symptoms?
I read that it starts with a fever, fatigue, and a sore throat. Some people also experience coughing and difficulty breathing if it gets worse.
That sounds serious. Are there any guidelines on how to prevent it?
The usual precautions: washing hands frequently, avoiding close contact with sick people, and wearing masks in crowded places.
It's good advice. I've started carrying hand sanitizer with me everywhere I go. Better safe than sorry.
Same here. I've also been trying to boost my immune system by eating healthy and staying hydrated.
That's smart. I've heard they're working on a vaccine, but it could take some time before it's widely available.
It's good that they're working on it. In the meantime, we all need to do our part to stay safe and protect others.
Absolutely. I think raising awareness is also important. Not everyone takes it seriously until they see how it affects people.
True. I know a few people who didn't follow the guidelines at first, but they've changed their behavior after learning more about it.
Education makes a big difference. Hopefully, with enough precautions and efforts, the spread can be controlled.
Let's hope so. It's a tough situation, but we can get through it by working together and staying informed.
Agreed. Thanks for the chat, Dakota. It's nice to talk about these things and share ideas.
Anytime, Parker. Stay safe out there.
James, did you see the report on climate change yesterday? It's so alarming how fast the planet is warming.
Yeah, I did. It's hard to ignore at this point. The extreme weather events lately are just one example of how serious it's getting.
Exactly. It makes me wonder if we're doing enough as individuals to help. Have you tried anything to reduce your carbon footprint?
I've started biking to work instead of driving, and I've cut down on single-use plastics. What about you?
That's great. I've been trying to recycle more and support local farmers to reduce food miles. Small changes, but I hope they make a difference.
Every little bit helps. But honestly, I feel like real change needs to come from governments and big corporations.
You're right. Policies and regulations have such a huge impact. Have you heard about the renewable energy initiatives some countries are adopting?
Yes, and they're really promising. Switching to solar and wind power could make a huge difference in reducing emissions.
I agree. But then there's also the issue of water scarcity. I read that millions of people still don't have access to clean drinking water.
That's heartbreaking. It's a reminder of how interconnected global issues are. Climate, resources, inequality, it's all linked.
Exactly. I think awareness is key. The more we talk about these issues, the more people will feel inspired to act.
Absolutely. It's up to us to stay informed and do what we can, while also pushing for systemic change.
Agreed. Let's keep these conversations going. It's one small step toward making a difference.
Isn't this place beautiful? I love how peaceful it feels with all the trees and the sound of birds.
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't realize how much I needed this break from the city. Nature really has a way of calming you down.
It does. I try to come here at least once a week. It's my way of disconnecting from all the noise and stress.
That's such a good idea. I should do that more often. Do you have a favorite spot here?
I love the little pond over there. It's surrounded by willows, and there's always a family of ducks swimming around.
That sounds perfect. I bet it's a great place to just sit and think.
It is. What about you? Do you have a favorite outdoor place?
I love the mountains. Hiking is my thing. It's like a workout and a way to enjoy nature at the same time.
That sounds awesome. I've always wanted to hike more, but I'm not sure where to start.
It's easier than you think. There are beginner-friendly trails nearby. We could go together sometime if you want.
I'd love that. Let's plan something soon. Nature really does make everything feel better, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's like a reset button for your mind.
Good evening, and welcome to your local weather update. Here's what you can expect in the coming days. Tonight, clear skies will dominate the region, with temperatures dipping to the upper 40s. It will be a cool and calm evening, perfect for stargazing or enjoying a brisk walk. Tomorrow, expect sunny and warm conditions throughout the day. Highs will reach the low 80s, with light winds keeping things comfortable. It's an ideal day for outdoor activities. Moving into Sunday, the weather will take a slight turn. Clouds will begin to gather in the early morning, leading to scattered showers by the afternoon. Highs will still reach the mid-70s, but you may want to carry an umbrella if you're heading out. Looking ahead to next week, temperatures are set to drop slightly, with highs in the upper 60s and a mix of sun and clouds. There's no significant rain expected after Sunday, so it's shaping up to be a pleasant stretch. That's your forecast for now. Stay tuned for further updates and have a great evening.
Did you see the forecast just now?
Yeah, I did. Tomorrow sounds amazing, sunny and warm with no rain.
I know. I'm thinking we should take advantage of it. Maybe go to the park or have a barbecue.
That's a great idea. I could bring some snacks and drinks. What about Sunday, though?
Looks like it's going to rain in the afternoon, so we might need a backup plan.
How about visiting that new art exhibit downtown? It's indoors, and I've been meaning to check it out.
Perfect. We'll keep it flexible in case the rain clears up earlier than expected.
Good plan. I'll double-check the forecast tomorrow morning just to be sure.
Sounds like a deal. Let's make the most of the sunshine tomorrow and have a relaxed indoor day on Sunday.
Agreed. I'll get things ready for the barbecue.
Great. It's going to be a fun weekend no matter the weather. That's it for today's lesson. We covered key phrases and practical tips to help you talk about daily life in English, whether it's discussing the weather, commuting, socializing, managing money, or talking about global issues and technology. These real-life conversations will help you feel more comfortable and confident in everyday situations. The best way to improve is by practicing regularly. Try using these phrases when ordering at a cafe, talking about work, or discussing your hobbies. The more you practice, the more natural your English will become. And don't forget, we've uploaded more videos on related topics, so be sure to check them out on our channel and website. Okay, thanks for watching today's lesson on English Fab. I hope you found these English tips useful and feel more confident. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try using these phrases in your daily conversations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Fab English lessons. Until next time, keep practicing and stay Fab.